Hey, what's up, guys? This is Audie from Shastri Nation, and today I'm with a couple of friends, and today we're going to talk about all the things that have been going on with the Order 1886. Hey, so guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Alright guys,
Okay.
hey, this is Sid.
Rugonk. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have pretty different opinions on the things that are going on. So we just wanted to come, talk about all of this and see what it means for the gaming industry. So
Yeah.
I guess we can go ahead and start.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Alright. Well, like you guys already know, that the Order 1886 is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and there's a little controversy with that game. People kind of downplay it and undermine it because of the fact that you only get around 6.5 hours of actual gameplay. Now
Yeah.
we're here to discuss, is that is that is that worth that $60? Is it not? If so, how would you justify a game's cost?
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean anything else that comes into conversation, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
anyway,
I like honestly, I would say that I wouldn't spend. I would buy the game definitely. Like it looks really good and all that stuff. But I wouldn't spend so much money on it because like it's a $60 game for what? You know,
Yeah.
6 hours.
For like they
six
say
hours.
about 5 to 7 hours. So I mean for you guys that don't know what's happening, you guys should know what's happening, I guess, because this is pretty prevalent in the gaming industry right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um
And go
what they're
ahead.
saying is that the 5 to 7 hours of gameplay, at least people are very opinionated about this. So like websites like IGN and other people like that, gaming websites have rated it poorly. And then there are independent reviewers and the people that have actually played the game have rated it high. So it's kind of like, which side do you believe for
Mm.
people that are trying to buy it, you know?
Yep.
Exactly. And that's where the controversy comes in because, first of all, how is it fair that we can just give a numerical value to a game, right? Because we know that with the games that have so many different differences between them, they're rating in a similar way. How can we do that is what I guess I'm trying to focus here. Like how are we supposed to justify how to um rate a game properly? How are we supposed to do that? What's a better system than the one that we already have in play?
Mm.
Now keep in mind that we're not bashing any of the reviewing websites. We're just coming at this from a unbiased approach,
Yeah, I
and
mean obviously like not like fully unbiased. Yeah, there's we're trying to be as objective as possible, but
yeah.
we're not trying to bash
I mean,
anyone.
because personally, I use IGN, and I watch their videos. Go to their website almost on a daily basis. So, you
And
know,
I mean,
Mm.
it feels like you have to because that's like the norm these days because
yeah.
IGN is so big and then again like people listen to what other people have to say. Okay, reviews, you need to understand that reviews are a powerful thing. Another person's point of view who's especially in like a big industry can have a big influence on the audience that they're aiming at.
Especially if, like, for example, in the IGN's, uh, for example, if we took IGN, everyone knows about what IGN rates games, and they base their decisions on the ratings that IGN or other companies like that give. And it's kind of sad if they're not living up to the expectation that they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's probably not their fault. It's probably just the games are so different that you can't rate them as they once were.
yeah.
Mm.
You know?
And here's another thing, like maybe it's just me, but whenever I have a option between a video and a written article, I always go for the video. And if you go to IGN's site, they have a full-on like 600, 700 word review. And me being myself, I don't want to read that. I just want
Yeah.
to get to the
Personally,
point.
no one's. I don't. I don't think anyone's gonna read that.
Yeah. Honestly,
Um.
like
Yeah.
people like me who are impulsive and buy games like in the same week that they come out. I don't want to read that. I want to just go to the pros and cons, check it out, and I want to go to the video and check it
Yeah,
out. But here's the thing, that doesn't encompass everything that the game has to offer.
right.
And also, I checked on Reddit. People were like, "Does time really matter? Like, like the gameplay time really matter?" Of course, it matters. Like you don't want to like play something for like 2 hours or like 7 hours or whatever, and then just get rid of it. Like for example, GTA. Like, if you play that game for what, like 20? I don't know how long that game is, but like you still keep playing that game. You don't
Yeah, you
you
can
never
still,
stop.
you can,
You can
uh,
do that, but that's where like I kind of have to like I guess diverge from like you because even though like yeah, gameplay hours do matter. That's a big aspect of it. But think about it this way. GTA is a sandbox game in
Oh yeah,
which
yeah, you're
it's
right.
a open world it's like a game like Skyrim where it's open world and you have so many options. And then The Order 1886 is a uh, game is a movie based like not a movie based a cinematic story driven game.
Yeah,
Now here's the question, how are you supposed to compare that to something that's so expansive? You know what I mean? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, like that's where my real gripe is because you can't really hold the Order 1886 to the same expectations as a sandbox game.
yeah,
Maybe if they compared it to something like Uncharted or The Last of Us or say God of War, Gears of War, right? That makes sense. But how are they supposed to hold that gameplay amount? What's that magic number? You know what I'm asking?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think, at least what the developers say, they try to point out is, uh, they say that they went for a more quality versus quantity approach, and I think it
Yeah.
sort of makes sense because, you have certain games, like open world games, where they give you a quest or something like that, and walking from one place to another takes 40 minutes to do so, and that,
Yeah.
like, that itself, just walking from one place to another, encompasses, like, 20-30% of the amount of
Exactly.
time you play it, and you might
Exactly.
be playing that game for 80 hours plus, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to call out any names, but Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3 a little bit, they both sure have that aspect in them because I own Far Cry 4 for PS4, and most of the time I'm not actually, I guess doing what the game wants me to do, but or I am doing what the game wants me to do. Most of the time I'm just walking instead of actually doing other activities.
yeah,
And
Having fun.
like yeah, exactly like you said, it's not that fun. And people say, yeah, Far Cry is a huge game. They can't encompass everything into it. Well, then, how would you how would you do it if you were in I guess Order 1886's shoe? Uh,
Mm.
like you know what I'm saying, right? And
Yeah.
that's the thing with games. Like I said, there's so many genres of games. We can't really like make out a magic number of the time that a game should include. You know what I mean? And another thing, if I remember correctly, what IGN said or some other reviewer said was that the Order 1886 was repetitive. Okay, stop right there,
stop
because
right there. Yeah,
yeah,
there's so many games that are repetitive,
Yeah.
yeah, and
That just comes with games, that you can't be presented with, when you first start the game and you're learning the keys and buttons to everything, if you think about it, that's like the first time you're looking at it, and then the same things are used over and over and over again throughout the game.
exactly,
So it's
and
repetitive, and
yeah,
then
and again,
they
not to
tried comparing it to, like, they said it was too similar to, like, Uncharted and some other game, and I bring up the question, as did Review Tech USA. He brought up the question, like, why is that a bad thing if it's
Yeah.
similar? Those are
exactly.
really successable games.
They're
You know,
blockbuster titles. They're
yeah,
so
they
big.
are. People buy the PS4 just to play Uncharted. You know,
And
Yeah. 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 That was a really good game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then I personally would buy the PS3 or PS4 to play Last of Us.
yeah. And here's the thing, like people say those games are getting super repetitive. Now, I know this might be a little cliche example, but take Pokemon for an instance. The whole game is revolving around the same thing. You go, you fight, you go, you battle, you go, you battle, you go, you battle, and you have to defeat different people. You basically just fight, steal their money, and then recover your Pokemon.
Yeah.
But
That's
you have to
like
catch
if you
them all.
yeah, you got to catch them all. Yeah, that's their, I guess, a motto that what you're supposed to do. But like, see, that's repetitive, but it's still super fun. Why do
Mm.
you think Nintendo
Yeah.
makes so much money off of Pokemon? Because
I mean,
people
and then
buy
you
them.
you look at like, why Pokemon is so big, and then this brings me back to the point of from like walking one place to another and doing mindless activities in the game. And that like,
Yeah.
encompasses because like in Pokemon until you get Fly, you have to walk everywhere. And
Yeah.
that kind of takes forever, you know?
And that's
Exactly.
also one thing that I didn't like about Skyrim, the fact that like every time you have to go somewhere, you have to walk there. I
Yeah,
think
I mean even if you ride like a horse or something like that, it still takes forever, you know?
I
Yeah,
know that they tried to like make the map so that everywhere you go there's like something to do, but
yeah,
that wasn't like that's frequent, you know?
yeah. And
Yeah.
the Assassin's Creed series has fast travel because I remember AC4. You to get from one island to another, it was the biggest pain that I've ever felt in like
Yeah.
games. No joke, because it took so long to sail to one
Yeah.
island to
Yeah.
another because it was such an expensive thing. And like then we're just like, and then uh, so they introduced fast travel. Now, if you take that into account, then you have to subtract the number of hours or minutes or whatever it may be that it takes you to travel. So if you think about it, that people aren't, I guess, really including that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or excluding that, I should say. And here's the thing. With a game like Order 1886, since it is so cinematic driven,
Yeah, plot driven, I guess.
yeah, plot driven, cinematic driven, yeah, exactly. It has a certain limit where people uh like find it either too dragged out or too short. That's the thing. Like that's the
If
hard
it's
part.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you find a game that, I mean like let's take books for example, if
Mm.
you find a book that's like 1,000 pages long, I personally would not be able to read that. I'd get bored of it, because the events are just so dragged out, you know.
I hate
But
that so much.
huh?
I hate that so much when like they take like 700 pages to show
Yeah,
you
to
about
explain
the
like
fact that
one thing, I mean,
yeah, the fact that this guy went from one place to another. I'm like, dude, just say that he went from Australia to India or something. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Like
yeah,
seriously.
and that's how I compare like a really long game to. I mean, once you play that game for that long, you start to lose interest. Not only
Oh
lose
yeah,
interest, but you also like lose
Focus.
what's happening. You just forget what's happening because you've been playing it for
exactly.
so long.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
not to mention names again. Oh my God, I'm horrible at this. But Far Cry does that exact same thing. What you said, we pretty much lose the focus of the story. The story is no more significant. What's significant to you now is like,
Is
how do I
walking
get
from that place to the other place.
exactly? How do I get from place A to place B quickly? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And one more thing. Yeah. In most reviews for the Order 1886, people were mad about QuickTime events, right?
But I've
And I
heard the
can,
QuickTime events are actually very good in
yeah,
the
I
game.
heard that they're paced well. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, I can understand where they're coming from because there are certain games where those QuickTime events are extreme. Like Beyond Two Souls, though the story was amazing, the game was really good. The QuickTime events was just extreme because there was nothing else. You move, you encounter an enemy, and you use QuickTime events, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I see where they're coming from, but here's the thing. With a game that's cinematic like that,
Yeah,
I
you can't
feel
leave that much to the player, Like imagine if a book made you make decisions and how could the author tell the story he wants to tell if it made you change things in the book, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once again, we get to the point of where whether would you like quality gameplay or quantity gameplay? Yeah, there are some games that have both, which those are like the masterpieces, and like I'm talking about games such as like Skyrim, Oblivion, Last of Us. Those are like the masterpieces that they're
Yeah.
that
I mean,
encompass both.
but some games, they make it. Some games are short, but then there's replayability that comes into effect, and that's
Yeah,
what keeps you going playing that
yeah.
game. You know.
And I think the cost, like when people justify the cost for Order 1886, I think the companies are to blame. The developers, personally, are not that at fault because to produce a AAA title, it costs so much that uh, of Sony that they're making the game go on for $60, right?
Yeah.
But because obviously they need to make a profit, and those of you who didn't know, Sony actually loses money on their PlayStation,
Yeah.
and you guys are like, whoa, that's crazy. Then how do they actually make money? Well, they make money, a lot of their money from these games, like the profit from these games. Like it's
Yeah.
about, I believe it's like about $10 to $12 per game that they sell, and
Mhm.
that includes like their final net profit that they get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that because of that fact, the cost can't be attributed to the game or the developer, but the actual uh, company that it's publishing, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
uh, like Sony is the one that's or that is setting the cost. I mean, yeah, that's because it's a AAA title is why it's $60. But if it was an indie game, it would be much cheaper. I know that, but as long as it's a AAA title, the companies are the people who set the price.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I don't think we could really help that. And
I mean, actually, I went to GameStop and I talked to the guy there, and he said, that if you buy the Order 1886, and I think if you return it, after, whatever, I think they have like the 30-day return,
yeah, for
right?
used games, that is.
Yeah, for used games, they have like
What?
the 30-day return, and you can actually get $30 back on it. So that
Oh,
opens
that's the
up,
trade-in.
yeah, that opens up like $30 definitely. Like that's definitely worth it, you know, for five
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
but here's the problem with that. No offense, but that's where GameStop makes its money.
Right.
Sony makes
Yeah.
no
Right.
money after that.
Yeah.
Once
Right.
the original copy has been sold, Sony makes no more money from that copy.
That's so
And
true.
I can see where they're, as a corporate company, as a big business, I can see where they're coming from because obviously they need to sustain themselves as well. So I see
Yeah.
where that cost is coming from. But if, like, that's the thing, it gets complicated.
Mm.
I mean, the issue that I see with such expensive games is, I mean, for example, let's say, I had to save up money, to buy one game, or like I was saving up money to buy a PS4, and I have enough money for a PS4 and one game. You know,
Mm.
Hmm.
would you, if you were in this situation, would you buy a game that you'll be done in an evening, or would you buy something that would last you hours of gameplay?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the
Forget.
issue that comes in because most people aren't like most people can't buy every single game, you know,
Yeah.
and that's where the issue comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what about graphics? You know?
Yeah.
Graphics, I've actually heard it's really good. I've actually heard the facial animations and
Yeah. Yeah.
everything
Definitely. The
like that
graphics are amazing.
is
Yeah.
is amazing. You know.
Wait, when they were advertising this, did they say that it was like 1080p or whatever?
I don't remember,
I don't
but they
remember.
said it
Yeah.
was buttery smooth gameplay. That's what they said. Um,
Because if they
yeah.
did, it's not 1080p. This guy on Reddit, he did a experiment where he compared. Now I know that this is like PC gameplay, but I don't know if it matters. But he compared Crysis 3 to The Order, and like what he did is that he calculated how many pixels were in one frame of Crysis 3 versus how many pixels are in one frame of The Order, and he
Hmm.
found out that there's more pixels on Crysis 3 than there is on The Order. Now I don't know if this is like something to do with like since it's PS4 and PC exclusive or
Yeah,
whatever,
it's
but
probably with the fact that PC did he tell you what settings he had it on? If he had it on
Yeah,
ultra
all
or
high,
high or something?
all high.
Yeah, okay, then that might have to do something with it. Yeah, but we can all hands down agree that PC gaming looks far better if you have the computer to support it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not even arguable, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, like
If
I
you
don't
have the
know if you
right
guys,
configuration, I guess,
yeah,
you know.
I don't know
Not
if you guys saw Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero
Oh,
on
right, yeah.
PS4 versus PC. PC blew it out of the water. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was way better. Like, and obviously you need to have a PC that supports it. And yeah, that's the thing. It's once again, it's like a console versus PC. Which one's better? Which one's worse?
Mm.
Here's the thing. Consoles are good for the price range that they come at, and
They are.
PCs are
Yeah, you can't
good.
beat that price.
Yeah, and consoles are just good for those people who don't want to mess with their PC, and like get I guess with gaming PCs, like gaming laptops for a fact, go obsolete really quick. So if you want an actual gaming computer, it's going to be
Yeah.
a desktop.
Yeah.
So I guess consoles are for the people who don't want to mess with any of that, settings, stuff like that. They just want what the developer, wants them to play it at. And I
Yeah.
can understand that because like consoles were like a crowd favorite before because of the simplicity, and they still are. That's their main selling point.
Yeah.
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 So,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
what if this game came on PC? How different do you think it would be? Like, how different do you think it will look? Let's say that first.
it just depends on how well it's optimized, you
That's
know.
true. But knowing the talented developers at Sony, we can guarantee that it's going to look way better,
Hmm.
but it's still gonna, I guess, yeah.
Obviously, if it came out on the PS4 and PC or something like that, they're
Hmm.
gonna try to make people buy it on the PS4
Yeah.
because
NPC.
that's where they get their money, you know.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
And then, like, Steam will go crazy on it. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
like Steam will give them sales and stuff.
yeah,
Like you don't have to pay for $60.
Yeah. But that's the
yeah,
thing, like with PC gaming, even though everything's great, stuff like that, I feel like with the development, unless you pull a Rockstar, right?
Mm.
If
Oh
you,
yeah.
yeah, if you develop games for the consoles and the PC, concentrically, like together,
Mm.
the PC games are going to be held back because of the consoles.
Mm.
The PC games
yeah,
can look way better, but they're
yeah.
going to be held back by the consoles. Oh, now, given the fact that they don't pull a Rockstar, and if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
GTA 5 delayed again, but that's a good thing in a way because
Yeah,
I guess we can be a little bit more assured that it's going to be more,
of a
uh,
polished product, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that Rockstar's being a freaking sellout. I'm sorry. I don't like that. Like really, Rockstar. Why you gotta be like that?
Oh,
You know? I
yeah.
don't
I
know. They
guess it.
they
I guess
moved
it
it.
gets some people angry, you know.
Yeah, they moved it back twice. Like who does that? Like
No,
that's
Yeah.
the
but
first time I've ever happened.
no. But here's the thing, like
But I'd rather
how
have a game that's you know, is okay playing, you know, and it's smooth. It does exactly what they said it would do out of the box, than a
Yeah,
game
but
that's buggy and
if you think about it, no game has ever come out perfect, like, right? No game has ever come out like there's no updates ever in that game. So
yeah,
there's obviously
updates are
gonna
always
be.
going to be a thing
I
because
mean
they're
they're good, but like some games they come out and they're not even playable, you know.
Yeah, I know what you
that's
mean.
crazy.
And then that's where it crosses the line for me. That's too much. That's not right. If I buy a game, it should work,
Yeah, I know.
you know.
And that's why you'll see that philosophy is pretty much non-existent anymore in the
Yeah.
gaming industry
Because
because
they
they
just try to
know,
slap something together and hopefully we buy it, you know.
yeah,
And it's w- and what they think is you know, because we buy all the pre-orders, so many people buy pre-orders and stuff like that, you know, of the game. It encourages these companies to do whatever they like, you know, because
yeah,
they think, you know, we will buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with a lot of these games, I mean, that's great that they have the technology now. That's great that we can just get over-the-air patches with
Yeah.
consoles that are connected to the
Yeah,
internet.
it's great.
But
It's a good thing, But like when that should be utilized to give us more, content, you know.
well, yeah, that could be utilized to fix
Like for example,
like
like I mean, yeah, bug fixes are okay, but like there shouldn't be any bugs. Take extra time. I really don't care, but there shouldn't be any bugs.
no,
You
no,
know.
but no game can be really like perfect, like Murgonk said. But
Yeah.
That's true. That's
uh,
true.
yeah, but like I don't mind them using that for bug fixes, but at least release us a game that won't crash day one. That's at least a little bit playable. I mean, see with Assassin's Creed Unity, it was so glitchy that anytime you went near that Notre Dame, like I saw a video
Oh yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. I saw that.
went near that Notre Dame and started climbing it, you would
Yeah.
suddenly fall and then there'd be a black screen. That's not playable in my book, right?
Yeah,
And
that's not
uh,
okay.
yeah,
You
and
know.
yeah, okay, whatever. They made a mistake, and I'm still not gonna forgive them for that. But
That mistake
like
shouldn't have been made. You know.
exactly,
Like take the extra time. Like take a month for something. If you have to. But make it good, like make it worthwhile for us to actually buy.
exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
and please stop making games every year, please,
Yes, please.
Exactly. That's so annoying.
please,
It's
It's
not.
like
please.
it's like it's
I'm
kind of like
talking
the
to you,
iPhone.
Call of
Like
Duty.
here you go. Here's a new iPhone. Oh wait, next year, like there's gonna be another
So
iPhone.
exactly
First of
one
all,
year.
it's so expensive. Like
Oh,
Okay,
I have some
that's
friends that have bought every single Call of Duty, you know, and to me it's just like that is such
why?
a that's a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
I
that's
mean,
your
I
preference.
personally don't like Call of Duty. Nothing against you guys that play Call of Duty, but I
Yeah.
personally don't like it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there are people who call. I mean, yeah. Again, nothing against you guys who play it. People who call Call of Duty the best FPS haven't
Nope.
tried Counter Strike.
Nope. Not even tried.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Honestly speaking, though, Call of Duty when it came out was a great game. It redefined the industry. It was one of the very
Oh
few
yeah, it
first
did.
multiplayer
It did. It did.
first-person shooters.
There's no doubt it did.
Yeah, and with keep on continual upgrades, it just got worse and worse because they ran out of ideas. They just
yeah.
slapped the old game with a new paint, with a new fresh coat
New
of paint, and called that the
Yeah,
next
that's it.
game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean it shows now. People aren't so, they're not raving
Naive.
to buy the new Call of Duty game anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
It sort of
and
died
you
off.
know,
They didn't, I mean for example, I read this article where uh they said like, do you remember the Dice rewards? Dice
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
awards, you know? Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
win they
yeah.
didn't win anything, and the co-founder, was it? No, the CEO?
Of
Someone that made that was in the development team, was
Yeah.
pretty angry about it, and Review Tech USA made a good video about that and explained, like how the game is literally the same all the time, and
Mm.
that like DICE stands for something and that they can't just award something if the game is, the same. It's
Yeah.
not innovating,
exactly,
anything.
exactly. And here's the thing. I don't mind that they're releasing like a publishing company releases a game every year, right? But
Yeah.
don't make it the same game of the series. Don't make Assassin's Creed a yearly thing,
Mm.
okay? Like I remember when Assassin's Creed took just 2 years instead of one. 2 years of development instead of one. For or a 2 year gap between their first and the second game. The
Oh man, the
second game
second one
turned
was
out to be
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, that's because Assassin's Creed 1 came out, if I remember correctly, it came out in the for the I guess like the PS3 and the PS4 in
Yeah.
2007, and Assassin's Creed 2 came out in 2009. But if you see, every other game after that took only 1 year for them to develop. So like Brotherhood came out in 2010 and so on. But since Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2 had a 2-year gap in between them. People got desperate. They wanted the next title, and once they got it, it was the best thing that they've ever had.
Yeah.
I will say though, Advanced Warfare has like is much different than any other Call of Duty game in the sense that it has better graphics. I mean, it has like godly graphics.
I've actually played Advanced Warfare at a friend's house, and I thought it was. I didn't think it was. I mean, it's not game changing, but they added some new things that I kind of liked. You know.
Like the cinematics. I mean, cinematics they have to be good, like good graphics, but like
No, but
Yeah,
like the
Call of
whole
Duty's
like
always-
jumping thing and things like that. I mean, it adds like new types of gameplay that you
Yeah.
can play, I guess. But again,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. For me, it's the
Yeah.
same thing, and I got pretty bored of it after like an hour or so.
Yeah.
You know, of
Call of
playing.
Duty's always been good with their campaigns because they're just, they spend a lot of money on that. Where
Yeah, I know, but like half the people don't even play the campaign. You know,
Exactly.
they go straight to multiplayer.
Oh,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, right? With Call of Duty, if you take out the multiplayer, people are saying, oh, with cinematics games, they should be bigger. But with Call of Duty, Black Ops, if I remember correctly, or like it must be some other game or a newer
Yeah.
game, I don't know. If you take out the multiplayer, the cinematic aspect of the game was what, 5.5 hours, 6 hours for the
Hmm.
campaign?
That's true.
It was no more, yeah. And people are not
That's true.
complaining about other games that have a cinematic feel that they're too short.
That's
Well,
true. That's
then again,
true.
that's considering the fact that Call of
That-
Duty,
Has a multiplayer, and
Yeah,
people play that.
and it used to have a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the whole like hyping up, new games and things like that?
Wasn't there like some game where they hyped up so much and then they like it sucked? I can't remember which one it was.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
Watch Dogs, Destiny was pretty hyped
Yeah,
up.
Destiny.
Destiny was
Assassin's
so
Creed
hyped
Unity,
Yeah,
Every
and then
Assassin's Creed game.
up.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
Yeah,
was
Call of
pretty
Duty, yeah.
pretty hyped up.
Definitely.
I mean,
Oh,
I think
Battlefield
that's
4.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Battlefield
yeah.
4.
that was pretty bad too.
It wasn't as good as the older days, I guess.
Yeah.
Battlefield 3 was amazing. 4 was like it's not that.
Yeah, 3 was pretty good, and then Bad Company was okay too.
Bad Company
Bad
was
Company
really good.
2 was really good.
Yeah.
Bad Company was good. And then 1943, I think is what it's called. Is
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah.
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 And
I
all
mean,
these games, like, yeah.
they get so
go
overhyped, and these game developers are set out to do one thing, and then like Sony goes out and promises the gamers like something 2 times more than that, and when we get the thing that the game developers actually promised, we're disappointed, and we give them bad reviews and stuff like that because we expected something and then we didn't get that. We got something that they wanted us to get.
Yeah.
That's how I feel it happens because Watch Dogs, we were so excited about Watch Dogs, and then I mean, for example, like even Destiny, man, we were so excited about Destiny. We were thinking it could be like the game that the most innovative game. Yeah. And stuff like that, and then it just ended up to be something. I mean, it was good, but like,
It was good. It got boring after a while.
yeah, but it wasn't what we expected it, and so we think it's bad.
Yeah, a game that spends half a billion. That's
Serious?
9 zeros. $500 million should be, in my opinion,
They spent that much money.
a little bit better. Yeah, they spent $500 million. It's by far the most expensive game to make.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
some people. I have a couple of friends that still play that, and they bought every single DLC and things like that. Oh, again, what do you guys think about the DLCs?
Well, it depends on what the DLCs do. Okay?
Right.
To put it simple, if you're like certain companies who make a game, remove half of it, and sell one half, and then they sell the other half in parts to make
Yeah.
same amount of money.
Evolve.
Huh?
Evolve.
Exactly.
Nothing against
Uh,
Evolve, but
Yeah.
it's pretty ridiculous the amount of DLCs you guys have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
God,
just
yeah.
not-
I saw.
Yeah,
a
it's
screenshot
like
of that.
$200 extra, I think,
know.
like on top of the game.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
know, I mean,
It's not
even if you get the
deluxe.
the deluxe package, which is like another $24 or so, I think.
Yeah.
So you're spending about like $80 on the game, $84. On
Yeah.
top of that, that only gives you access to some DLCs, and then on top of that, there's even more DLCs that you can buy. So
Yeah.
you end up spending like $180 on that one game. You
Yeah.
know,
And then
Yeah.
there's Battlefield, which had like, or was it? I can't remember. Some of the Battlefield series, they like made you pay for the game, then made you pay for premium, then made you pay for maps,
oh
and then
right,
like
yeah,
each
and then
series.
some people that didn't buy the DLCs didn't even get to like play half of the game, right? Like they
Yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
they like there were so few people on the servers that they couldn't even play because
Yeah.
everyone bought
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
DLCs.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
I think that's horrible. Honestly, that's
No.
not good. You know, when it
and
gets to the point where it's like the developers are keeping parts of the game back and they're releasing it, you know.
see, that's not the developers, dude. Honestly speaking, that's the publishers.
It
Because I
is,
remember
yeah, it is. I
Battlefield.
can't blame the developers on
Yeah,
that,
the
but
EA, thank you.
developers do what the publishers tell them to do, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. With Battlefield Bad Company 2, I still remember that if you pre-ordered the game or if you bought a new copy instead of a used one, you got I believe it was Battlefield some premium account or something, and it was included as a downloadable, not downloadable. It was included with the game with an access code,
oh
right? You
right,
could
yeah, yeah.
redeem it and you got all the DLCs for that game for free. Yeah, like Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam and stuff was all free if you bought the game, if you pre-ordered it. Why not use incentives like that instead of giving you crap like giving you posters and stuff?
They're making it like, um, they're making paid titles into free to play titles.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
You
I
know?
wish it was free to play. Yeah, that's
No, no,
also
no, no,
fine
no,
by
no.
me.
Not, no. I'm not saying like that. They're using the mentality of a free to play title. You know, for
Yeah,
example, like in
yeah.
League of Legends, you know, you can buy things. You know, yeah, you can buy like skins and stuff like that. But and it makes sense why you could buy that with real money because how else
Yeah.
is the developer gonna get money? How else is Riot
That's
Games gonna get money?
that's
You know?
exactly what CS:GO does.
You know, what I mean, and
Yeah.
then like Dota 2 does the same thing, and it makes sense why they would do that because how else are they going to get money? But
Mm.
these when paid games do this, that's where it crosses the line.
Yeah.
Because that at that point it's like you buy the game, but then you have to buy extra stuff to have a full
Yeah. I
experience.
mean, here's my thoughts about DLC. If you add a DLC that is truly an adjunct or a uh like an adjunct or like an extension to
For
a
example,
game,
like what
fine by me,
DLC? The Last of Us DLC, Left
right?
Behind, right? That was pretty good. That was
Which
really
one?
good. The Left Behind DLC for Last of Us?
Oh, for Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh
good.
man, that
I
was
mean,
really
if you
good.
truly,
Yeah. You
yeah,
know, and
if
that
you
was worth it.
truly,
And then who else? Nintendo makes some good DLCs, you know.
Yeah.
What was it? Like they gave you like 30 different characters or something like that.
I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
For
if you
like
truly
$7 or
make,
$8. So I mean,
yeah,
that's good, you know. Good there's some good
yeah,
DLCs. I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying that all DLCs are bad, but some
Yeah.
companies use it in the bad way.
yeah, and if you make a DLC that's truly an extension to the game, okay, that's great. Like, there are some standalone DLCs that are just better than like some games itself. And like one thing that comes up to my mind is Infamous Festival of Blood.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
DLC. It was great,
Mm.
but and it was just an extension to the game. It wasn't, or it was a standalone, but it was just another, I guess, an aspect or a like a perception of the game, which was great in my opinion. And another thing that comes to mind is the Far Cry DLC. I don't remember what it was. Does what is it? That's what it is. Blood Dragon. Far Cry Blood Dragon. That was
Oh right,
also,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one wasn't that bad, right?
It was still good. It was
It
a
was
great
good,
deal.
yeah. I remember.
It was just a kind of like a standalone. It was like comedy stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then you have games like, once again, Call of Duty, who
Yeah.
sorry, Call of Duty isn't the only one doing this. Battlefield, Call of Duty, most FPS these days, they
Yeah,
give you half the game and they just send out more DLC.
and the
Yeah.
DLCs aren't even like they're not even worth it. Even if you play the
Yeah.
game and you're into it, they're not worth it. You know, because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
what
like
is it like
you,
four
you,
maps and then like maybe two new guns or something like that? Like every
yeah, it's
DLC.
Yeah.
like here, give me $50 for two new maps that will be way too big or way too stupid or way too
Yeah,
overused or something.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
That's what Battlefield 4
I
has.
mean, doesn't Call of Duty, they make you buy until like the next Call of Duty comes out. If you buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're buying stuff for that one Call of Duty game until the next one comes out. And then yeah, all of those DLCs and stuff you spent money on, no one's going to play that game anymore. You move on to the next one, you know.
Yeah.
Totally true. And the thing is that with the concept of DLC, I don't mind it. If you're gonna sell so much DLC, then just make the game free. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just make the
Yeah.
game free and sell us the DLC. That's exactly like, and don't make DLC so that it pay to win.
Mm.
Use Riot Games mentality. Make DLC that is appealing at the same time isn't required to actually win the game.
Right.
Yeah. That's so true.
I mean, it
Yeah.
shouldn't DLC shouldn't hold back your. You should have a full game without a DLC. You should be able to play the game fully without a DLC. You know,
Yeah.
you should have a
There's
good enough experience that you don't. If you, what they should do is if you want to buy more, if you enjoy the game enough to buy more DLCs and more content for that game, then you should be able to. But if when it holds back the actual, you know, what am I looking for here? Like the experience of the game, that's not right.
Yeah. And there are these companies which I really appreciate who fix their mistakes, and I hope Order 1886 is one of them. I remember Mass Effect 3,
Oh
the
man,
ending, the ending,
yeah,
the game was amazing. Like no joke. That the game was really good. But the ending people were disappointed by. But you know what BioWare did?
what?
BioWare released a free DLC to everyone who got had the game, and so they got it and they had an alternate ending, which was super great. And that made
Yeah,
the
because what
game,
was the controversy on that one? Like every single decision they made boiled down to like three different
yeah,
endings or something like that, right?
yeah,
Something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh, and one thing, like GTA, take GTA for instance. Every new DLC that they include is free for GTA Online.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
and that's just great. And I mean, one thing that I can't stand Rockstar doing is the transactions, like the loan shark or whatever it's called. Like it's real money to get in-game money. And I'm not the type of person. I'm very skeptical about that because what they're basically doing is they're saying pay to win. That's what they're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like here, if you pay me $20, you get 500,000 or $1 million like dollars in game currency, and then you can now use that to get in front of your friends and other players. So
Yeah.
which I just can't take.
At that point, it's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's like, what are you doing with your life, bro?
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, are you developing apps for the mobile industry? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you're doing that?
Yeah.
Or like I mean, the only type like that was the first time that I've ever seen it. That's where I saw it the first. It was during the mobile industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
yeah,
man, like
like
games like Clash of Clans and stuff like that. Like it saddens me to see that so many people spend that much money. And you know, you can see that they have a lot of money. You know, have you guys seen
they
the
make more
Super
than
Bowl
$1 million
ad?
a day.
Huh?
What?
They make more than $1 million a day.
Yeah,
Who?
Clash of
Clash.
Clans.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, Clash. Oh my goodness, dude. That game is so. I'm sorry. I don't like mobile games so much, but like that game is crazy.
People
Is it a
spend
good player?
so much money on
No,
that.
like you would think that like what do you call what do you call it? Oh, Twitch. Like you would think that Twitch would be like games such as like PS4 games or PS3 games or freaking people are playing Clash of Clans on
Yeah.
Twitch. It's like I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not a very good fan of those type of games where you like build your own empire or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not very fond of those, honestly,
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
they do use the pay to win model, you know,
Yeah.
where
Kind
it
of.
doesn't.
Clash doesn't do it to the extent as some other games. I'm trying to think of what
But they
exactly
still
the
have
game
like
that
a
I'm.
lot of money though, you know. They use so much um they have so many microtransactions. They have so much money on their just from that one game.
I know that's so
Because
crazy.
they bought out like how long was the ad at the Super Bowl?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
1 minute.
Serious?
How expensive is that? Like,
30
isn't it like
seconds cost, I think, $12 million, $6 million,
yeah,
something like that.
something like that? Yeah, that's expensive. You
I
know,
know.
and then like there's like Game of War that hires like yeah they have ads everywhere, and I don't
Their
even know if it's
ads
good.
are in Clash of Clans.
Yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
Yeah,
Their
their
ads
ads are
are.
in Clash of Clans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I never really get into those because I just don't. For me, games should be like I go in there, I'm deep in immersed into the game, and then I should be out. It shouldn't be interfering with my life, you know.
Yeah.
Day to day, I shouldn't be like, oh, I gotta wake up early to check my Clash or my,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, village or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. We're not bashing anyone who plays those games. Once again, I mean it's completely like our opinion, I guess. And those games are great. Like I have really good friends who play those games and enjoy them. Yeah, that's great. If you enjoy that type of
It's
stuff, it's
great, but
up
like,
to you.
I don't
But
know.
here's the thing that also bothers me. When you buy a game, right?
Yeah.
And you have this is only on the mobile industry. A lot of a lot of this is done in the mobile industry, but or when you buy a game and you pay full price for it.
Mhm.
Mm.
On top of that, you need to buy the like you pay full price for it. On top of that, you need to buy like the in-game currency, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Like in certain games, like it's just so hard to get the currency, so hard to build up that money that people just buy their way through. If I remember correctly, Angry Birds when it costed money was one of them. Like
Angry
you paid,
Birds. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you
right. Yeah.
you paid 99 cents for the game.
And then you had to buy like people
The
couldn't solve
Eagle,
the puzzles, I guess, and then
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
bought their way through to skip
Yeah.
the
yeah,
puzzles.
exactly. And
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's kind of
But
bothers me.
I think I don't know, like at least on Android, man, I've seen so many good games on Android. Like
Yeah, with Nvidia Shield.
they're not yeah, yeah, the Nvidia Shield, they're porting over like Portal
Portal.
and Half-Life 2 and Trine and
Yeah.
there's I know that Telltale Games has put the Borderlands I forgot what it was called, but they put like The
A Tale
Walking
of
Dead
Two
on
Hearts,
there.
something like that.
Huh?
A Tale of
Yeah,
Two
yeah, the
Hearts.
Tale of some I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. But
And then
that's
they
the
put
thing.
up like Wolf the Wolf Among Us.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
those are really good games and they're on the mobile, you know,
Yeah.
thing. And with the addition of you can buy a controller, a Bluetooth controller and play the games on there. That's a plus.
Yeah.
I really think uh the future of like console gaming is going to go to mobile devices.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was
Hands
gonna
down,
ask
like
right now.
that's happening,
I
yeah,
just
right now because with the introduction of the Nvidia Shield, I mean,
Yeah.
that's literally like they compare it to a PS3 level graphics.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the Kepler, right? With the
Yeah,
chip,
with the
the Kepler.
Kepler graphics card
Yeah.
in
And
a
here's the
tablet,
thing.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
I
the
know.
tablet.
That's crazy.
In the tablet.
It's
Here's the
crazy.
thing. That was my question that I was gonna ask Ness. Where do you think the gaming industry
He's gonna go.
is going to go in the next 10 years.
I think,
10
I
years.
like I said, I definitely think it's gonna go to the
I
to
think
mobiles.
that console's gonna get like I don't know, 10 years like that's a lot, but I think PC is gonna like go crazy with like the GTX 11,000 or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
That can render
PC
like
gaming is
that can
obviously gonna exist,
yeah,
because
that,
you
that can
can't get
render
rid
like
of
full
that.
images in like 5 seconds or something.
with like
Yeah.
Intel cores like i7's like next processor, whatever well they create, like it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it'll
able
have
to
like a
like
10 gigahertz
yeah
like
yeah
processor, with like
Yeah, so
20 cores. Yeah.
exactly.
that's gonna go just like stupidly crazy. But I'm
Yeah,
not like
obviously the PC market's still gonna exist, but the consoles I think are gonna convert over
Do you
to.
think this is the last generation?
Yeah, and I totally agree with it because I mean, even now with like phones and stuff, phones can run like a lot of games that, you know, we used to play on the PC and stuff like that.
Exactly. Take
Like,
Microsoft
for
for an
example, like,
instance.
Square Enix, I think they
Yeah.
released like a lot of the Final Fantasy games.
mm,
I don't think they're full versions,
No,
but here's the thing.
I think they are. I'm pretty
I'm
sure they
not.
are.
I don't think. I'm not sure.
I mean,
But
I don't know,
here's
but I don't know about graphics and all, but like,
yeah.
those
But
are
here's the
games
thing.
we used to play on the consoles and the PC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
mm.
Microsoft is planning to port Xbox 360 and Xbox games to their Windows Phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and there's a
And you
great
can play it
channel.
on the PC, I believe.
Yeah. And
What?
there's a great
Uh,
channel on YouTube. His name is Austin Evans.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You should go check him out because he just created a video that was called "Can Can Mobile Devices Pair Up to Consoles?" And in that he discusses these different uh different aspects, and we'll be
Yeah,
sure to link that in the description.
yeah.
And that's the thing. And I feel like in the next 10 years, consoles are gonna, I wouldn't say they're gonna die out,
Yeah.
but I would
But
say they're gonna.
I think with like, it'll be more. I think it'll be cheaper to buy. Like for example, with like Project Ara,
Hmm.
you know, and
Yeah.
their developments, it's bridging the gap between like, you know, it's making like, for example, PC gaming. Why do we play on the PC? Because we can have like the bleeding edge of graphics all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we can switch out graphics cards as we please. We can switch out parts as we please.
Yeah.
And I think Project Ira is gonna come out with that. And they're gonna have like the bleeding edge of graphics on a phone. Or at least in the phone version of the bleeding edge of graphics. And you can play games like uh, uh, games that we thought would never be able to play on a phone. We could play now. For
Yeah.
example, if you go and look up Dead Trigger 1 and Dead Trigger 2,
Yeah.
oh man, those games look amazing on anything. They look really good. You know?
Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the
Funny
Android.
thing is, Dead Trigger 1 and Dead Trigger 2, in my opinion, have better reflections than the last gen consoles.
Yeah, yeah. Those games look amazing. Yeah. And considering that it's being played on a phone, it's just
Really.
mind-boggling.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Dead Trigger.
it
Here's the
looks
thing.
amazing, right?
That's the home console, right? I think they're going to be endangered, if anything, because of the fact that people are realizing, or with videos like these, people are realizing that the consoles are not progressing. They're just old hardware. That's why it's so cheap. And but it's
Yep.
true that with a PC at that price range, you can you can not outmatch a console, but get pretty close.
Hmm.
But you can still do a lot more things on a PC. But if you're just a gamer, you're gonna go for the console. But if you're more than a gamer, if you're a video editor, if you have multifaceted needs, you're gonna go for a PC. And
Yeah.
eventually, and from 7, 8 years ago, PCs are dirt cheap now. with the PC like HP Stream, if the only thing you play is League, with the PC
That's
like
good
the
enough.
HP, yeah, with the PC like the HP Stream, which is like I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, $249.
Yeah, $249. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
you can
That's the
play
price.
League, right?
Mm.
Whenever you want, when wherever you want with a PC like that, and that's $249 if you're just gonna play League. That is.
I mean,
But if
obviously
you,
you won't be able to like stream and record,
yeah,
things like that because that'll take up.
obviously, a
But
lot
if
of
you're just
RAM,
gonna
which
play
yeah.
League, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah,
You know.
and obviously there are gonna be these people. I mean, I think I fall victim to one of those categories, who aren't gonna see the potential of spending $600, $700 for a desktop, because
Yeah.
for a fact I can guarantee you, people mainly go for the PS4 or did go for the PS4 because it was $100 cheaper,
Mm.
and the fact that um, PCs are so expensive to get, I guess, better performance than that,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
It's gonna at least cost you $600 to build a PC that
I
outperforms
guess, yeah.
the
I
yeah,
guess
PS4
you
and
can
the
say
like.
that, but like, to some people it's worth it, because if you buy, for example, if you're a gamer and you're like a college student, then it brings up the question, okay, I could buy like a $300 computer, okay, and that would work
Yeah,
fine. And then I can also buy a $300 or like 300 or $400 console, and have two different devices, or I could make a computer that does everything like really fast, you know,
mm.
and I
yeah,
could play games on it. I could do everything on it. And that's
yeah.
where like
Yeah,
it's
like,
And
cheaper.
I
like,
think I think as time is progressing, the line that once
Hmm.
existed between consoles and PCs are blurring.
Yeah.
Because when the
Right now
PS3
it's
and the
even
Xbox,
blurring.
yeah, when the
Correct me
PS,
if I'm wrong. I believe GameSpot did a video uh a video on the difference, like if people could see the difference between the consoles and a PC,
no, yeah, there's
and they
like
and
people just like don't like people on console just say like, oh no, console's okay, there's nothing wrong with console. Of course, there's nothing wrong with consoles. It's just that we're saying that PC is much better, and the people who say that console's better, please get your facts straight. Like, it's kind of obvious.
yeah, we I mean, as a PC gamer, we just live in the background, and we're having our
Yeah,
like
and then
beasts of machines, and we're just playing games, living life
yeah,
happily. And
people
then
said that
the war
people
starts when some console gamer comes over to us and they're like, "Oh, consoles are better than PC."
yeah,
in
people
what
That's
say
where it
that
respect?
starts.
people say that PC is so expensive. I had a friend who got an i7 4790K, which is like a really top of the line
Oh
CPU.
yeah, it is. It is.
Last gen, yeah, yeah.
Original price was $324. He got it for $200. That's a $124 difference. Like, that's a huge difference,
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a
especially for a
bundle on
CPU.
Newegg that gave you I think it was the Z series Asus or the P series, like the P99 or something like that. I don't know what it is. Some motherboard that was really good, and the Intel Core i7 4790K for $340, where the original price was 500 plus.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's PC gaming is it's so open. You can do whatever you want.
exactly.
That's the thing.
With mods and stuff. You could do
Mods,
anything you
and you
want.
can control it however you want. If you're more comfortable with a controller, you can use a controller. You know,
Yeah.
wireless controllers, you can use, like there's even like eye detection now. You can use the Oculus Rift. Whatever you want.
Also, also, if you get lucky, this one guy on Reddit, he bought a 256 gigabyte solid state drive SSD,
Yeah.
and he got a 1 terabyte, and the thing costed like what, $100 or something like that. So he pretty much paid $100 for something that's worth like 600, I think. I don't know for
No,
sure.
no, not 600. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
$200.
Yeah,
Right now, I
200,
can see
$300, I think.
on
Wait, one
right now I can
terabyte
see
SSD?
yeah, which is like a huge thing.
Wait, 1 terabyte SSD or just regular
No,
hard
SSD,
drive?
solid straight drive.
Dang.
What?
I know.
That's worth
Exactly.
like $500 to $600.
That's like
Yeah.
$500, $600. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So and
wow.
right now I can see a deal on Amazon, one i5 4690 for what, 240 bucks, which is a really good thing. So
i5 is good enough for gaming. That's all you need. Really.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
i7 is
It's
good
good
for
for most
like,
tasks.
like 3D rendering and stuff like that.
No, you know,
Surprisingly, the
like
i5,
people.
like this one, the i5 4690K, the specific CPU is
Yeah.
meant for gaming. Like
No,
even
no, I
if you,
know.
yeah,
And like people undermine and underestimate the Intel Core i5 processor, but in
Yeah.
reality it's super powerful. It's powerful than a lot of AMD's top of the end processors. Well, then
Yeah.
again, it's yeah, I'm not getting into that topic versus Intel versus AMD, but just saying
We're
with the
walking
i
on like thin ice here, you know.
yeah, I know, I'm walking on
Any
very
step
thin ice.
we, any wrong step we take, and we're in like
We're gonna
a
we're
war.
Yeah, it's gonna be that Arkham City like scene or like that part when yeah, Batman needs to walk on
Yeah.
like ice and there's a random shark in the water and just like comes and bites you if you like do anything. So
yeah,
I think that's what I feel like right now. But uh, like with the i5, like people underestimate it. And people say, to play good games, I need to have an i7, a
It's not
GTX
true.
980
i7's
Ti.
literally only for like 3D rendering and stuff like that. Very
yeah.
Yeah, and like
intensive
people
tasks.
Depends really.
Yeah, and people say I need a GTX 980 Ti.
Some
I need
guy,
this.
I remember some guy bought like no, what was it? Like the server processor.
The
This,
Yeah,
Xenon, Intel
yeah,
Xenon.
the Xenons.
Xenos.
He bought a Xenon for gaming, and he's
Super
like,
stupid. Like,
"Oh man,
that,
I have to buy $1,000 processor." You know?
I know.
And
Yeah,
those provide horrible, horrible, horrible performance for like the watts
Yeah,
it takes.
yeah,
Like they take, it's horribly optimized. It's like,
yeah,
and like I don't even know, but the Xenon processors are actually not as good as people put them to be. Even the like I remember with the Ivy Bridge processors, or sorry, the Sandy Bridge processors,
yeah, yeah,
Intel released a Core i7 Extreme Edition. Like it came in that black box, it was so cool looking and stuff. But the wattage that it took and the performance that it gave was actually horrible. And like with more and more Intel realized their mistake and they're just releasing the three standard processors.
yeah.
yeah.
And
Dude,
people even underestimate the i3. The i3, hell, even that could be really good for gaming if you
Yeah, that's
if
not
you don't
bad.
bottleneck it and if you optimize it. Even that could be really good.
Yeah.
mm,
Um, what's another topic? Oh yeah. I actually watched this video by GameSpot where they talk about, what happened to, they discuss like, hey, whatever happened to demos.
yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
games still have them, but
they have
people
them.
don't.
I think demos are a great way for companies like for example, like, Order 1886, they replied back and they're like, "Oh, why are y'all rating us so bad? It's a really good game." And stuff like that. And I
yeah.
think instead of, that could be like a last fighting chance for game developers. If
Not a
they
last
really
fighting
feel
chance.
like, if they really
That
feel
could
like,
no,
sorry,
that could actually replace the review system. You know what I
it
mean?
could, it could.
If
It
people,
definitely could. Because people
yeah,
could you could just download a sample of the game, see if you like it, and then you can download. And there's no opinions in it. It's all up to you, basically. If you liked it, and it'll really, if game developers really have trust in their game, you know, then
Yeah.
yeah.
they should. I feel like they should do that.
No,
Okay.
definitely. Because if you think about it, when what do you call it? Because of demos, a lot of people like really like can get intrigued and grasped into that game. You got to understand that what the reviewer likes may not necessarily be what
Be what
you
you
like.
like. Yeah.
Exactly. So try out the game yourself. Go to a nearby GameStop
Yeah,
or like you don't even need to do that anymore with the next gen consoles. A lot of them have time trials or demos that you can download, and if you have a PS4 and you have PlayStation Plus, they'll give you time trials for 60 minutes if you have you can download it and try out that game if you like it or not.
Yeah.
yeah. Can you guys see the YouTube video it's on Google Hangouts?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works, but like, do you see like a video on there?
Yeah.
Hello?
That's pretty much that's happening right now.
Okay, what you should do is you should share your screen and then present to everyone so everyone
Okay.
can watch it.
Okay, well, I have no idea what I'm doing. Hold up.
Or just give me the link and I'll just put it in the.
There, present to everyone.
Okay, and then
You
share
are
your
presenting.
screen. Share your screen.
Let's see.
Go to the left side screen share and then share your screen.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It says you're
Oh,
presenting to everyone.
oh, one sec. Wait, before we watch that, let's just hurry up and wrap this video up, Adi.
Yeah.
We can cut down all this parts. We can just talk about something and we can wrap this video up.
Yeah, I should be get going anyway.
All right, whatever. Uh, okay, any final thoughts, I guess?
Nope, I'm good.
What happened?
We should
Sorry, I had
probably
to
wrap
fix.
this video up.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Yeah.
Any
Um.
final thoughts?
Well. Okay. So, we didn't really talk about the review system. Maybe we can talk about that and then we can end this because this is getting really long. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's gonna watch it this much.
yeah.
All right, so let's go
Uh,
ahead and talk about the review system. What are your thoughts? Because in this situation, there are conflicting, thoughts about this game, and there have been
yeah.
conflicting thoughts about a lot of games, and I think it. I don't know. I don't think it's very much the reviewers like fault, like I like IGN or I don't think it's their fault. It's just the system that's been implemented. I think that's the system's fault really. You know,
Mm.
I don't think it fully is useful in our day and age. To
Mm.
review games the way we do.
It's weird though. Gaming has gotten such a big deal that we're freaking reviewing it now. Because like back then, people just played the game and had fun. Now we have to like review it. But I guess that's a good thing because there's like a diversity of games. So I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think the main use for reviews is, at least for me, we're not all like millionaires or we're not all
Yeah,
rich, and we can't buy every single game. We have to decide upon which game to buy.
that too.
You
Yeah,
know, and it comes to that where like it's like, why should I buy this game? Well,
yeah.
let me see what this guy thinks.
Hmm.
You know, um, and that's where I think it comes to point. Hello?
Yeah, hey.
Oh, what happened to Mergonk?
I think his internet connection got disabled.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not that bad. It's okay. I guess he's gonna reconnect. But what are your thoughts on the review system?
See, here's what I think. We can't completely abolish the review system.
That's true.
People, we as humans need quantitative evidence. We need a specific number. We can't just say for those who like this, play this. For those who don't like this, don't play this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing is that we need to implement it in some way where that you don't review like Skyrim with like the same criteria as you would Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So instead of like with a movie, you can say that, does it have a good plot? Are the characters funny? Is there a good balance between drama and action, comedy and whatever? With the game, they're so different that
That
you
yeah,
need to
you
have a
can't
separate,
compare them
yeah,
like
you
that.
need to have a separate system for each type of game.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're doing a sandbox game, then say, okay, how expansive is the world? Is it repetitive? Or I'm not gonna go back to that again. How expansive is the world? How much of it is just walking, and how much of it actually, like, how much, what are like the different customization options, stuff like that.
So you're
But
saying like have a different method of
Rating.
reviewing each
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
each genre. I
Each
should say.
genre. That makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't know if it is it going to be implemented. That's the point. My main
Nope.
problem is with the numerical system of reviewing
Wait,
games.
like,
See, that's the thing. Like, you can't completely get rid of the numerical system. You can't just say, don't ever use a number because numbers speak to us. We
It's
as
true,
humans,
it's true, but like instead of giving us the numerical system, what they could do is, explain to us what they thought about the game and not give us what they think. Like not give us the final verdict, but just give us what they thought about the game and that leave it at that.
hmm,
no, but that's still only influencing. You know what I mean?
That's true, but I mean, how it's obviously going to be biased. There's going to be bias involved because it's one guy reviewing a game, and he may not like the game, and that might be the opinion that that website uses, on the game, and it might influence a lot of people
exactly.
to buy the game or not buy the game.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why it's kind of confusing because like there's no really like parameters for a sandbox game or parameters for an FPS game or
Right.
third person game or something like that.
Right.
So that's
And
why like you
that's
know
why I think that the if the developers and the producers of the game actually if they believed in their product, they would release a demo,
mm,
and that would be the final call. You know.
yeah, it's confusing though. You can't
I,
really you can't do something that everyone likes, like you can't make something that everyone will like.
right.
Like
I mean, and you don't have to, and that's the point of the demo. You know.
Yeah.
To see if you like it or not.
right, well,
So, any final thoughts?
oh, I have a video to show you guys though.
Oh, that would be cool. Just
Screen share.
I
yeah.
don't think I have anything else to say.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
Oh, are you looking at me?
hmm
Okay. Look
Yeah.
at the lag. Okay.
Oh,
So
it's
this
like
is
Infinity.
PC Gamers and Rockstar. This is pretty much us. This is pretty much what's happening right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, I should
Yeah.
stop now. That's annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's going in.
I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just I think a lot of things can be changed, as we've talked about in this uh like discussion that takes forever to watch. I think a lot of
Yeah.
things can be changed, and a lot of things have been brought to light by this recent release, of
Yeah.
The Order 1886.
True.
I think the solution to reviews and everything like that would be to release I mean, who did this? Ubisoft, I think. Didn't they have the embargo where they didn't give out review copies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Ubisoft, right? That's the complete wrong way to handle an issue like this.
Yeah.
That is the complete opposite of what you should do.
Also,
know.
completely off topic, kind of, but seriously, Google Chrome, fix your freaking browser. Okay, right now, Google Chrome is using 15%, no, like 20, around 23% of my CPU. Jesus Christ, why do you have to use that much? And 105 megabytes of RAM. My God.
Okay, that's just Google Chrome's fault because it's
I
not
know, yeah.
optimized.
It's so dumb,
Why
seriously.
don't you use Internet Explorer? No, I'm not. I'm not even
No,
I'm
gonna
not
say
using
that.
Internet Explorer.
Let's
There's
just not
no-
even
no.
go there.
I know.
No, okay.
The
But
time that
like
you
I
click
said,
on, the time that you click on Internet Explorer is the time that you get a blue screen. So no, you don't want to do that.
no, you don't even have to visit any websites. Like the home screen will give you a virus.
Exactly.
All
But
right.
it's not- Google Chrome is amazing. All right.
Oh, I use Firefox, but that's
Yeah, I use Firefox personally.
Firefox is actually good. I just
Huh?
use Google Chrome because of
Firefox
AdBlock.
is really fast.
Yeah, no, Firefox has AdBlock too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right,
Firefox
changing
had
browser.
the most extensions.
It
Alright.
does.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Or it used to, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, so like I said, I don't have any final thoughts on this. Whatever I said was
Yeah.
whatever I thought about it.
Okay.
But I
Well,
mean, it's only I
yeah,
think it should be up to the gamer in the end, and
mm,
whatever we say, and gamers shouldn't have to take a risk when buying a game. They should be able to. They should be informed about the game, and they should be able to buy it, knowing
yeah,
fully knowing what they're getting themselves into.
yep,
And I think in the end, I believe the demo will solve that.
yep,
The demo.
yeah, yeah. The
You
demo,
know,
demo is
the
important.
order, the order. Once they found out that they had that they were getting bad reviews from these major gaming companies, they should have sent out a demo. You know,
Mm,
and that would have been all they needed to do.
yeah. All right.
But yeah, I guess we'll have to see how things turn out. Maybe we'll have to see if the prices, if the amount of copies purchased increases. If it's a lot of copies being purchased, you know,
Mm,
then it's obvious that the gaming companies don't have a effect on the consumer, and that it's basically
mm,
based upon um, the people that have actually played the game.
yeah.
Or if the prices or the amount of copies sold plummets compared to other games, then it would be um, uh, then we can consider, then we can state that the people will listen to IGN and companies like that more, I guess. So yeah, again, this is all just our opinion on everything we've talked about. You might have a different opinion. If you have any, different opinions, or like, any solutions or anything you think that we should have mentioned in this, talk about it in the comments.
Hmm.
That'll be great, and I'll try to come out with more videos like this as situations and
Yeah.
news comes.
Just just a bit trimmed down, you know.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
bit trimmed down. This one was pretty long,
Okay.
but yeah.
Whoa, there's a video guy.
So
Look at
I
him
guess I'll
go.
see you guys in the next one.